famous historic sites. See Paul Revere's house, the Old North Church, the Old State House, Bunker Hill, and many more.
Yeah, see, people can say what they want about the Fallout series, but Fallout 4 will always hold a special place in my heart. I am a huge history nut, and I love, like, I just love this part, like, so much. Like, you gotta follow the Freedom Trail to, historical landmarks around Boston. Ah! I love it. And, yeah, and one of, like, my favorite part is, like, one of the points of the Freedom Trail takes you to Benjamin Franklin's grave. My son is named after Benjamin Franklin, so yeah. Super cool. Yeah, so here I am. I'm a fine patriot, and I'm fully decked out with my favorite gun in the whole game. I named her Betsy Ross. If you don't know who that is, shame on you. But yeah, before I start gushing on Fallout 4, let me tell you what I don't like about Fallout 4. First of all, ah,
4 and L. Definitely a code.
yeah, so the one thing I feel like Fallout 4 really messed up was the wasteland itself. The wasteland is way overpopulated. It's way overpopulated. There's too many factions. It's too busy. It doesn't really feel like an apocalyptic wasteland. Not really. Not like New Vegas. New Vegas was beautifully balanced. And Fallout 4 feels really, really crowded. Oh, is this the graveyard? Ah, is this it? Yes, it is. Benjamin Franklin. Ah. Get out of here. Get out of here. We are perusing here, okay? Look at that.
This is bullshit.
I love it. I love it. Benjamin Franklin's grave marker. That's awesome. So yeah, it's way too populated with baddies. But I understand that the developers, like Bethesda, didn't want it to get too quiet and too boring too often. But still, I feel like they didn't quite hit the spot with this one in terms of making you feel like you, like, again, like you see how busy this is. Betsy Ross is gonna get you. Now what? Yeah, it's just way too crowded. Way too crowded. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree Preston Garvey is a little much sometimes.
Now a 6 and an O.
There's another settlement that needs your help. But but in his defense, I kind of get it. Like, I think they were making room for like post-game content, right? They didn't want the game to end if you weren't ready for it to end, so that was cool. It's very cool. get out of here. So yeah, it is what it is, right? Oh, it's definitely going this way. So, yeah, way too crowded, but I get it. Oh, wow. I get it. They just wanted to make sure that you had enough activities to do. Oh, I missed him. Not that time. So yeah, Preston Garvey and the overpopulation issue with the Commonwealth. It was a little annoying. It's still a little annoying. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about how Fallout 4 is better than Dying Light 2. First of all, there is this, there's this feeling that this world needs you. And although it can be a little presumptuous as to how useful you are, like what Preston Garvey knows you all of. He knows you for like what, 2 hours, and all of a sudden he wants to make you general of the Minutemen. But that's Bethesda for you. They do that stuff all the time. They do that all the time. Yeah, Bethesda does it all the time with their games. You know, they want you to feel like you are the one, right? And so they tend to lay it on thick sometimes. What? I don't remember those flies being over here. And boy, oh boy, like action never lets up. Like, especially when you have it on hard mode, like I do. So yeah, it can it could feel like you're needed, and it's never dull. There's always some interesting little side quests that you can stumble upon. Old church. Oh boy. Did we find Paul Revere's house? And yeah, what I was saying about the I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. This game never lets up. Oh, I missed him both times. That's why I prefer to trust myself, not bats. But anyway, so yeah, like, if you explore the world, you're gonna come across like some arguably really cool side quests that take you into like unique little side journeys. It's a very Fallout sort of game, in spite of the fact that it's overpopulated and Preston Garvey never shuts up. It yeah, it's just, it is kind of great in the way it's set up. And might I add, once again, I love the colonial and revolution, like American colonial uh, decor and the revolutionary uh, motifs. It does it for me. But yeah, like it's way, like the world is way overcrowded. It's super overcrowded. Uh, and I hate how some enemies actually walk around with fat boys, you know? They just like launch mini nukes at you. But hey, it's a testament to how dangerous this world is, right? And you never know exactly, you have no idea what you're going to stumble upon if you go out exploring, you know? You never really do. And it does feel like this world needs you. And although sometimes, like, you meet certain characters that couldn't care less about you, or they're constantly talking smack to you, um, it does feel like your efforts are appreciated when you do try to do things. And that creates a bond and a connection with the player when you're crafting an open world. And I don't think Bethesda did a bad job with Fallout 4. And I do think there is some player agency here, like that you get some freedom to do what you want. In spite of the fact that the story doesn't really inspire you to drive forward, it's your sense of adventure and curiosity that actually gets you out there exploring and doing things. I found the settlement system in this game a lot more compelling than the whole "Where's Sean? I want my baby back." That wasn't quite as compelling. As a matter of fact, I think Sean was pretty much the equivalent to Mia, right? Yeah, it was kind of driving you forward, but not really. Everything else was, but not really finding Sean or Mia. Um, but I think that Fallout 4 actually delivered uh, their plot twist a lot better than the Waltz boss fight, which was kind of annoying. And I liked the end conclusion with the story here, because at least the father, aka like slash Sean, wasn't this boss fight that you just had to slog through because they were checking have end game boss fight, like they checked it off, right? Like there's this boss fight, you have to have it. Fallout didn't really do that. I actually appreciate games that don't. It's like, hey, this story doesn't really click with an end game boss fight, so we're not going to do one. I appreciate a game that doesn't shove a boss fight in your face because they're trying to check off some generic list of things that they think needs to happen. So Fallout 4 didn't do that. And there's plenty of end game content. All right, you can continue to journey throughout the Commonwealth and continue to be an asset to the world around you in a way that Dying Light 2 just didn't do. And another thing, even though Villador was a fairly unique place, it just didn't have enough personality. Like, the world in Red Dead 2 had a really interesting personality. It was its own character. If you're going to build an open world, your open world needs to be its own character. And I really feel like Bethesda nailed it. Like, they knocked it out of the ballpark with Fallout 4. They created an open world that was its own character, and your curiosity would always get you out there seeking whatever mysteries and subplots and stories that this character, the open world, had to offer you. And yeah, so yes, in spite of some hang-ups I have with Fallout 4, and I do have more than a couple, I still think it's a better game than Dying Light 2. Such a shame. And when you add Far Harbor and Nuka World, which I'm not playing Nuka World, it just I'm kind of role playing here. Okay, I'm role playing here. So Nuka World, I read the backstory for that DLC, and it doesn't quite fit my role playing, what I'm trying to be here. So I picked up Far Harbor because that was interesting and it seemed to fit my personal role-playing experience. So, but yeah, I mean, Far Harbor, Nuka World, that's some really good DLC content right there. It really is. So, I mean, it's a whole package kind of game. And there's always, if you really want it, there's always something you could go off and do. People need you. They're always going to ask for your help. And it keeps you invested in the people of the Commonwealth in a way that Dying Light 2 does not keep you invested in the survivors and the PK that reside in Villador. Now, sure, I mean, I can't grapple hook my way up to that roof or parkour combat my way through situations in this game, because this game doesn't really have parkour in it. But what it has is strong role-playing appeal that Dying Light 2 doesn't have. And it's pretty obvious that they were pushing you into a role-playing experience. They just didn't deliver. So, yeah. Fallout 4, like, after playing Dying Light 2 and coming back to Fallout 4, which I had to start over again from scratch, kind of hit me hard because I had finished Fallout 4 and I pretty much had the world open to me. So I had to go back and redo the entire story, which is why we're here right now. Because I lost my save file. But, yeah, I came back to Fallout 4, and in spite of Preston Garvey and constantly having to feel like I'm babysitting certain settlements, I appreciate it a lot more after playing Dying Light 2, because Dying Light 2 it's a wannabe role-playing game, and it has no sense of identity. It doesn't have a cohesive identity. It's kind of all over the place in how it presents itself to the player, and nothing really sticks, because you get into a side quest, and as soon as you get into the thick of it, the side quest drops you like a bad habit. Those people no longer need you. In Fallout 4, although it can be a little overbearing sometimes, these people are always needing you. And yeah, it does. It keeps you invested in the world. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm back playing Fallout 4 to try to recover the time I lost with the save file that I don't have anymore. And while I've been doing this, revisiting this game, I can't help but notice it's keeping my attention a lot more, and I feel like the quality of engagement is there. Like, I'm not struggling to be engaged. It's always grabbing your attention. There's always some side story that takes you off somewhere, and it almost never disappoints you. Like, it's like every little piece of side content, I'd say 85% of it is always very satisfying in its conclusions. And that's just something that Dying Light 2 just can't do, and I don't think it's ever really going to deliver on that. Like, I had somebody say, oh, well, you should just give Dying Light 2, like, you just got to give them time. No, I don't have to give them time. Because there are already so many other great games out there that beckon you to come and experience their world. And you don't have to struggle. You don't have to be patient. You know, you don't have to wait 5 years for a game to finally get its act together, right? There's already so many great games out there that just draw you in and don't disappoint you. So, yeah, no, I don't have to wait on Dying Light 2. I already know it's crap, and I still don't think it's worth $60. It's not a bad game, but it's not worth $60 is the argument. And what was it? There was somebody left a comment, and I deleted his comment because he was like, me, absolute Chad, I love Dying Light 2 and Dying Light 1. And he's like, you're a joke. Listen, okay, I delete comments like that. Do you know why? Okay, the English language is actually a very beautiful language, and it's full of words that you can express yourself. But if you use the English language just to speak in internet memes, I'm deleting your comment. Me, absolute Chad. As soon as I saw that, that dude was getting deleted. Okay, because when I see terms like absolute Chad or me, Chad, okay, Chad equals douchebag. So it reads to me, absolute douchebag. You're right. You're an absolute douchebag. I'm deleting your comment. Okay. Get a dictionary and learn a new word every day. Big fat one. Learn 2-3 words every day. Okay. Learn to express yourself without using memes. Okay. Meme language. And I won't delete your comments. Okay. Don't use the English language just to speak in memes, and I won't delete your comment. Okay, just a heads up, kids. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in here because the plot doth thicken. I already know what's gonna happen, but still, yeah, it's been really nice revisiting Fallout 4, and yeah, this has been wonderful. Have I told you guys how much I love the whole revolutionary motifs and, you know, colonial America decorations and locations? It's, I'm telling you what, the history nut in me just drinks this up. Like this, that. I do love Fallout New Vegas, but Fallout 4 stole my heart the moment I could become the leader of the Minutemen. Look at this. Look at this. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to get here. You all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will catch you on the flip side. Old North Church. Ah! Oh gosh. It's the history. I love it. Okay. I'm done.